Dr. Ufuoma Nwachukwu, and I am your compass to building relationships that on the topic relationship choices. Yes, the choices you should make in relationship. And in the first edition, which was 2 weeks ago, we talked about choosing you. Yes, a whole person is what can produce a healthy relationship. So if you do not focus on yourself, develop yourself, heal from hurts, if you're always looking for validation from others, then you are not going to make a healthy relationship. So before you think of choosing Mr. Right or Miss Right, ensure that you are right. Ensure that you are whole, because that is what is going to make your marriage work. In our last edition, we talked about choosing the right person, choosing the right partner. If you check our YouTube channel, check my Facebook, and then you'll be able to access those sessions, because it's more like laying block upon block, precept upon precept. So today we are looking at has to do with relationship matters. And I mentioned earlier, do you know that sometimes God could decide to hide you from the person you are supposed to get married to, in order to ensure both of you are well prepared, in order to ensure that the person will see you when he or she comes. If not, some other persons might for you. So the waiting, it could be really frustrating, but it is necessary for you to understand that God is not punishing you, He is preparing you. So if you are listening to me today, or you have a loved one that has been waiting, trusting for the right time for the time to get married, the person has been holding on and pushing through to the end, because this is an empowerment session from God to strengthen you to hold on to Him, to understand that God is actually writing your love story to align with His glory. So at the end of the day, God's plan is for you to enter into a marriage that will bring joy to you, that will bring bliss to you. It is also necessary for you to understand that if you rush into marriage unprepared, you are going to regret it. Yes, I am an advocate of getting into marriage when it is early. Do you understand? Get married early enough. But please be also prepared. Be also prepared, because if you rush in without preparation, you are likely to either stay there and endure through the pain, or you rush out. But that is not God's plan for you. His plan actually is that you will enjoy bliss and enjoy your marriage till death do you part. So it is to shine your eyes before you enter into that marriage. And so some things that the waiting period is supposed to do for you, if you make the best of it. If you don't make the best of that season, you are just going to stay there complaining, wailing, instead of allowing yourself to become a better version of you. So one of the reasons, or one of the things you can do while waiting, because that period is supposed to strengthen your relationship. What does the Bible say? That those that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. So if you make good of that season, your strength is supposed to be renewed. It is supposed to be a period where your relationship with God becomes strengthened. A period where you discover purpose and begin to walk in it. So some persons, you see them, they are always down. Every little thing, they flare up, they get easily upset, simply because maybe all their mates are married, or the people they know around them, their age group is. Do you even know that there's nothing like age mates? So you came into this world on your own, and the script that God has written for you is different from any other one. So you should work with God to discover that script and work with Him to ensure He unveils everything face by face. So one of the things you should do during that waiting period, in order for your strength to be renewed, is to ensure that you discover purpose. Do you even know that there should be no partnership without purpose discovery? When God created Adam, he gave him a garden to tend. Do you understand? So there must be a purpose. So one of the major things you should do while waiting for that time to finally get married is to begin to walk in purpose, discover purpose, and walk in it. Get yourself engrossed in God. Establish a closer walk and a closer relationship with God. In our first edition, we already talked about the need to heal from past hurts. Why? Because if you do not heal from your past hurts, you are going to carry that into your marriage, and you are going to end up bleeding on somebody who didn't cause you hurt, and the person will just be wondering, what have I done? And that relationship is going to be strained. So you need to heal from past hurts. You need to discover your purpose and walk in it. You need to establish a closer walk and a closer relationship with God. And as you do all this, your strength is going to be what? Your strength is going to be renewed. Another thing that you should do while waiting, or what your waiting season is for, is to build trust, is to strengthen your relationship and your hope and your trust in God. Like I mentioned earlier, as many as wait on God, they renew their strength. So while every other person is getting married around you and you are not yet married, do you still believe that God still cares about you? Or you feel that he has forgotten you? When it seems as if your age is now becoming the talk of the town, like everybody is just saying, "Happy Sunday, Usiora, glad to have you here." So like everybody is saying that this person is aged, probably you are already in your 30s and is telling on you. Do you still hold on to God? Do you still believe that God is still writing your love story? So in the process of waiting, in that period of waiting, you need to build your trust also in God, never forgetting that he is working out the best for you. His plans for us, the Bible says, are plans of good and not of evil, to bring us to a future and a hope. Somebody told me the time I was waiting to get married. So I was actually in a relationship, lasted for 5 years, ended, and I was trusting God to get married. And I got an analogy while somebody was speaking one time that says that when a trailer is full, so the trailer that God sends to go and bring that baggage for you, to go and bring your goods for you, is well loaded. It cannot it cannot be on high speed on the express. It goes calmly. But surely it is going to arrive and is going to deliver to you all that God has prepared for you. So even if you don't remember any other thing that I've said today, note that God is writing your love story in order to ensure that it aligns with his glory. He's preparing the very best for you. So I tell you a story. I had this sister in my church. Probably she would watch this later. So I had this sister in my church. She was in her early 30s in those days. She came to, and she was one of those very dedicated sisters, committed to the things of God. The kind of person that will not compromise. She wouldn't compromise her faith for anything. So she came and she was saying that she has been trusting God. Imagine. And you know those kind of persons, sometimes they also look at it from the pattern that even the people that are not so committed to God, they are getting married and getting settled. But me that have been busy in God's vineyard, what is causing this delay? Is it that I am not beautiful? What have I done? Is there any sin I've committed? And I just told her, just hold on. Shortly after that, because she kept putting her trust in God, in no distant time, she got married. And guess what? Her first pregnancy, she had a set of twins. Do you know that some persons who had even gotten married before her hadn't had any child, but then she had her first set of children and they were twins? Gotten married to the person that she loves and they are happily married, and then God gave that blessing. What am I trying to say? It is never too late. God is preparing the best for you. So keep holding on. Your love story and the book that God has opened for you. You know, Jesus opened the book and said, "It is written of me." Yes, I come in the volume of books concerning that which is written of me. There is a story that God has written about you. All you need to do is to align with him in order to ensure that that which God has written concerning you would eventually play out, would manifest. So sometimes it might feel as if God is answering your prayers in all other areas of life. But when it comes to this area of relationship, this area of marriage, it's as if what is causing the delay? Just hold on. Because the fact that God is silent doesn't mean that he has forgotten you. Again, I say the fact that God is silent doesn't mean that he has forgotten you. So it is a period to get refined. It is a period to acquire skills that will make your marriage work. What sense does it make that you rush into the marriage, you meet with challenges, there are conflicts, and you do not even have the skills to resolve those conflicts? So this waiting period is a time to build yourself. It's a time for personal development. It's a time to build communication skills. It's a time to build conflict resolution skills. It's a time to build financial management skills. Learn how to make money. Learn how to manage money. Learn how to multiply money. Because do you know that finance is a major issue when it comes to marriage? One of the major reasons why people end up breaking up is because of finance. So these are the areas you begin to pay attention to. Instead of you to ask God, "God, why me? Why have you forgotten me?" Ask yourself, am I ready in this area? Have I built up the skills? Have I built up character? Do I have integrity? Am I ready for marriage? In every sense of it, am I really ready? So it's not just about waiting for Mr. or Miss Right, but ensuring that you are the one that is right. It is a time to learn to discern between emotions and that which is actually what God has prepared for you. So it is a time to sharpen your spiritual skills. It is a time to sharpen your emotional intelligence skills. So something is trending in current times on the internet. How a young man was able to manage his emotion in the face of a high authority that could have just maybe to either flare up or shut down, but then he was able to put himself under control, and it has earned him so much appreciation from the general public. So how much of emotional intelligence do you have? What are all the skills that you need? Because through knowledge, the Bible says a house is built. So it's a time for you to take relationship courses, build yourself, get grounded in every area, even in social skills. Because some of the times it could also be that the problem is with you. I was sharing with a set of women a few days ago that sometimes delay, that what we call delay, is simply because you have not done the foundational thing that God expects you to do. So I gave an analogy. I live in Enugu, so I was telling them probably you are here in Enugu, trusting God to relocate probably to the UK, and all your mind is there. You go for interview, you are turned down, and it simply is not working out. Do you know it could be possible that there is something that God just wants you to finish up here before you go to the next level? And if you do not tidy up with this level, moving on to the next level, it's not going to be easy. So you might wish to also ask yourself this question: am I the one causing the delay in this area? What am I supposed to do to ensure that I am ready? Yes, I'm fully ready for this, so that when God finally brings that person into your life, it will be a thing of joy. As usual, I wouldn't want this session to be so long for the sake of those that would want to watch a replay later. Just before I say some, make some declarations, I don't know if any of us that is online, Aurora Plays. Yes, thank you for joining. You say you believe in God. Yes, and I join my faith with yours. That is going to end as a testimony. If you want to probably ask a question, this is time for you. I'm looking at the comment section to see if anybody is asking a question so that I can give a response to that before we round up. So, while I wait for that, one more thing I want to say is that for you to make your waiting period to be productive, in addition to what I said earlier, that you need to work on developing yourself, another thing you are going to do that will be necessary for you to do is service. Commit yourself to service. Instead of sitting down all day, putting your hand on your jaw and wondering, why has God forgotten me? Every other person is now married. Just believe that God is working at the best and commit yourself to his service. Because as you are committed in his vineyard, you are going to be found while you are doing his work. So, for the sake of those that have never heard the story of how my husband met me, or I met my husband, any of the ways there was a meeting. Okay, so excuse me. So I had come out of a relationship that I was in for 5 years was broken. I came to serve in Enugu State, and I was committed to the Nigerian Christian Corpus Fellowship. So living in the family house. In fact, if not that I was an executive, I wouldn't have stayed in the family house, because the very first place I was posted to serve, they offered me accommodation. I actually had to turn it down because executives of the Nigeria Christian Corpus Fellowship are expected to stay in the family house. So if I had turned down that executive office and picked up that job, he may not have ever met me. Or probably, though, God's ways are past finding out. God could have arranged another way for us to meet. But basically what I want to share is that he found me at the place I was working because I was serving as an executive of the Nigerian Christian Corpus Fellowship. So I wouldn't have been in that particular space if I was not an executive there. What I'm simply trying to say is, instead of wasting your time complaining, focus on service. Discover your purpose. Get committed to working with God, working in his will, fulfilling his purpose. And in that very place, you are going to find, or you are going to be found. You are going to find the right person, or the right person is going to find you if you get yourself busy, committed, doing that which God has called you to do. There seems to be no question. But just know that God is crafting out his best for you. He is crafting out, he's working out his best for you. If this has blessed you, I want you to share this video to somebody that you know that might have been waiting for some time for God's will. And like this video. Have you subscribed to my channel on YouTube? If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? So, I want to really appreciate those that joined. Thank you, Mommy Gloria Eiloju. Yes, I can see you here. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Hope. Thank you, Aurora. Until our next edition, don't you ever forget that God has the best in mind for you. He is working it out for you. So, don't give up. Keep holding on to him. Keep working on yourself to become the best version of yourself, and you will enter into your rest. Stay blessed.
Mm-hmm.